Hey there, this is Dr. Auger Scott Olson coming to you. It is April 1st, 2022, and we're up here on Deerfield. Goal was to fishing to be on the ice into April this year. We definitely made it, since it is April 1st. Ice is still pretty thick, but it is starting to get pretty honeycombed. Behind me, the creek has opened up a lot of water back there, so it's definitely feeding into the ice getting a little bit weaker, but we're still up here for at least this trip. Maybe one more if we check someplace else in the lake. But we're up here trying to catch some trout, maybe some big perch. So we'll see what happens. Well, first catch of the day is a little perch. Just a little guy, Plenty of those around this lake, that's for sure. Another one. Still about that same cookie, that same size, a regular size here in Deerfield. I just can't get away from these guys. But let's certainly try. I mean, you can't catch the big ones all the time, right? This winter, it's definitely been a quantity over quality winter, it seems like, at least most places I've been anyway. The group trips have been successful. I've been out with casting vets a couple trips. I've been out with the outdoor rec department from Ellsworth Air Base here in town. Had a lot of their friends visit. Introduced some new people to it. So, I mean, numbers wise, we've had a good year. But hard to find those bigger fish right now. There we go. That's definitely a trout. Don't they smash it? There we go. A little better. Not the biggest one, but hey, that's what we came here for. Yeah, not the biggest guy, but hey. Oops. Fish flop. It's Fish Flop Friday, right? Yeah, not a bad little guy. It beats his little perch. Yeah, right now on this rod we're using the new Clam Outdoors swirl drop kick in that fun chartreuse with the orange stripes. And we got on the Craigie plastic here, designed by one of our local ice team guy, Craig Euler. Probably the best trout plastic on the market right now, just because it's designed after a mysis shrimp, which in our waters is the main feed of a lot of these trout in our lakes. Feels like a little better at the perch. Oh yeah, it's a lot. That'd be a keeper for keeping any for sure. Get a few fillets off of him. Yeah, not the biggest, but hey, you know, beats all the little guys we've been catching. But you notice too. But I just wanted to give a big thank you out there. It'd be tougher for me to do a lot of these group trips, the seminars. If I have some help from the companies that I represent. You know, Clam Outdoors. You know, what more can you say about them? You got the shelters, you got the ice suits. My Ascent suit's still going good. You know, almost 4 years later. I've got multiple shelters and hubs of theirs. I use all their tackle. You know, I use the Frost line from them. I mean, what more can you say about Clam Outdoors? Vexilar, been with them for several years now. Been running a Vex since, you know, for a long time before that. You know, best ice fishing flashers on the market, best resale value, the least amount of problems that pop up with them. You know, the name speaks for itself of how good quality Vexilar is. Northland Tackle, been using a lot of their tackle this year. Had pretty good luck with that new coffin spoon of theirs this year in the smallest size. Been good for perch and trout around here. You know, plus they use a lot of their open water stuff. Cold Snap Outdoors. Everybody, you know, most everybody's got it. You know, everybody around here runs with a toothpick. I've got pretty much all my rods. I've got Cold Snap bands on them. My K-drill blades have all got Cold Snap covers on them. Use the T2 toothpick regularly. I've got it underneath my hoodie here. You know, can't say enough about Cold Snap. Amped Outdoors. You know, been running with their batteries for a few years now. You know, for lithium batteries, what more? I mean, it's night and day difference going from a lead acid battery to a lithium battery. I mean, and just how they back up their product. You know, for as far as the quality of the unit, I mean, my units are just, you know, they're 3 or 4 pounds lighter now. So I mean, can't say enough about them, and they run forever. I only have to charge mine up a few times during the year. PC Fun reels, pretty much all my ones I've had, all my ice fishing rods have got PC reels on them now. Ice X5s are probably my favorite by far. For $30, $25 on sale. I mean, you can't ask for a better quality reel for the price for out on the ice. I mean, it doesn't lock up, doesn't freeze up. You know, what more can you ask for from an ice fishing reel for the price? I also run both of their inline reels, the Ice XP, the Ice X Carbon that was new this year. You know, those are my go-to panfish rods, especially when the bite is really tough. Relevant glasses, switched to these things last year. Oh, I tell you what, you cannot find a better pair of outdoor glasses on the market, especially with the chameleon technology they have in these glasses. I mean, with the clouds now, they lighten up automatically. I mean, they're actually like really good. They're transition lenses on steroids, basically. I've never catch myself squinting at all wearing relevant glasses. I mean, you really can't say enough about the quality of these glasses. Plus, you know, I got to mention, you know, my power sources here. My buddy Barrett Keith over at Rapid Power Boxes. There, he's been keeping my electronics powered up and fully charged for the last year. You know, and I bring with me all my trips, regardless if it's warm or hot, because you never know if you might be in a situation where you ain't got no cell service, you break down, you gotta be able to keep your stuff charged up. And put it with a lithium battery inside there, an amp battery I put inside mine. I have no qualms that I'll be able to keep my electronics charged up for hours, with thanks to one of his units. Plus, there's a lot of other different brands that I use. I mean, I represent, but I can't recommend them enough. I mean, Blackfish gear, you know, Clams, you know, other, you know, kind of their other clothing line. I mean, the new Storm Skin this year. Oh, if you want a hoodie that is going to keep you warm pretty much no matter what the conditions, but it's also waterproof and windproof, their new Gale storm skins that they came out with. It's a storm skins material. Oh, yeah, I mean it's awesome stuff. I'm normally wearing it a lot of days, especially on the colder days. I tell you what, some days you're just taking off my top of my Ascent suit and just putting that on. It's plenty warm for even colder days. I mean, I'm just amazed by the Blackfish technology. There we go. We gotta. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you gotta love a hard fighting trout. Oh, that's a better one. Oh, there we go. Yeah, come here. Ain't no giant, but still. Not a giant, but hey. Ouch. Oh, still a nice one though. I mean, that's a beautiful fish. I mean, this one's heavy on the spots, that's for sure. But yeah, it's just a beautiful fish. What more can you ask for a fish that fights like this? Oh, that was fun with that guy. But anyway, yeah, so like blackfish stuff, can't say enough about it. As far as a good base layer or even an hour layer, depending on the stuff. It's just there's such awesome tech behind the clothing line. This year I used, I've been running St. Croix rods for a while. Got their new Tundra, one of the new Tundra rods this year. I mean, this has been an awesome rod for panfish, trout, perch. I mean, I like to run the light actions just because I enjoy it. But you can feel the bite and the nibbles in this, but then I really like a nice soft tip. You can see that bite, but then plenty of backbone to be able to set the hook good and bring in bigger fish. This year I bought I've been out for several years now. Bought one of those I got one of those the ice defense units for those really cold days. I tell you what, it was probably one of the best purchases I made this year. I mean, the thing kept my holes open no matter what the temperature was outside, especially on those really cold days, below 0 days. I never had a problem keeping a hole open. I mean, I've been looking at it for a couple years, and I finally pulled the trigger this year. Should have bought it a couple years ago. I mean, it's just really cool how that thing keeps your hole open no matter how cold it gets outside. I got my first custom shuttle this year. But I put one of my Vex 28s on. I mean, this is a custom 3D printed shuttle from Baskang Custom Rods and Lures out of Minnesota. I heard about them last year during the SmackDown Outdoors podcast virtual ice event that happened. And it just seemed, and their website just seemed, the things you can do, the customizations you can do, the colors, what you want. I mean, this one's got 3 rod holders. It's got a holder for the ice defense unit. I got a groove holder on the side there, cord management system, transducer arm bar. I mean, really, it's an awesome. Just for what I got for it, I mean, it's really a neat, a neat system. There's Blake. But yeah, I mean, there's just so many different things out there these days. I mean, what things you can find for ice fishing, it's just phenomenal. Even 5 years ago, what you can find out there now. There's just so much stuff to keep you comfortable, keep you moving, keep you more efficient on the ice. If you got brands out there you really like, you use them. These are the brands that I like to use. These brands that I trust to work, and that's the reason why I wanted to represent them, because that's just, it's how I can thank them for what they've given me over my years of ice fishing so far. It's just to help these guys out, But more important than anything else, it's just to get people fishing. I mean, especially the last couple of years with everything else that's been going on. The outdoors has been a refuge. I mean, just look at the amount of people who started ice fishing now in the last couple of years, because it gave them something to do during all the lockdowns, just to get outside and get some fresh air. You can't say enough about getting involved in the outdoors, especially the last couple of years, just to help keep people, refreshed and sane with everything else going on. You know, so the outdoors has definitely been a good escape. It's been a good way just to, you know, relieve the tension, not think about anything else. You know, not think about anything at work. You know, this is just, you're just out here, just to church to get some fresh air, hopefully catch some fish. You know, that's just the icing on the cake. But really, just being outside. I mean, just look at this. You know, everything around me here. I mean, there's so much. You know, especially with the snow that just happened. I mean, it's just beautiful out here right now with all the snow on the trees. It's great to be out here.